Yes, ma'am.
This with you? Okay.
Yes.
We're going to go down to my office, so if you kind of don't want to wait in here, feel free to wait in the hallway, in your car, wherever, because it gets cold in here and sometimes stinky in here. So, but you can come with me. Okay?
Can I bring my bag?
Oh, yeah. My office is in the basement, but you have to come through here to get to it, so. So your mom and your sister-in-law?
Yes.
Married to your brother? Married to your brother? Okay, because she didn't look like y'all, so I was like, not knowing the relationship there. I'm saying wherever you want to sit, I'm going to move some stuff out of the way.
I'm going to take them uncomfortable off the shelf.
Shut this, but not all the way. So I am recording.
Okay.
I'm going to go off on memory. Alright, this today. It is now 12:58. And it's Hope,
Yes, ma'am. Kiersey.
P.
E-A-R-C. Fly.
Soft voice, and that's
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry.
But just
Okay,
between here and there. Date of birth,
March 16th, 2003.
which makes you how old?
21.
21. So you haven't been 21 very long. Wait, yes you have, because Sarah, it's not summertime.
Yeah, it's,
It is.
6 months.
Yes, okay. I don't know why I was thinking it was April. Sarah's clearly not April. So, one of the things I want to kind of tell you is what I tell everybody, okay, to kind of give them this little, like, intro before we talk. One, I only want to talk about what's real and true. If you don't know something, don't guess, just say I don't know. It's okay not to know something or remember something. If I say something and you don't understand, I want you to tell me you don't understand.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't just try to answer my question when you don't really understand what I'm saying. Because sometimes I use big words. They're like law enforcement words, and you may not get what I'm saying. If I say something wrong, I want you to correct me. Okay? Anything. Wrong name, anything. Because
Yes.
I'm a human.
I can change the whole meaning.
And I want you to be completely honest with me. And let me give you an example. Sometimes people want to withhold like that they were drinking or there was drugs involved, and then I find out later, and it makes their credibility just. So no matter what it is, I just want honesty, because that's all I'm here to do is find out the facts. Okay? I also want to say that just because you're reporting today does not mean anybody's going to be arrested or charged. Okay? I want to always put that out there. I know that it took you a lot of courage to come in and talk to me. I recognize that. But I have to meet the law. And if the law is not met, I can't even go to the next step. Okay? So the first step, though, is reporting. So, walk me through what you want to share with me.
it's so open-ended. I'm sorry. It'll take a minute just to collect my thoughts because it's just a lot.
Okay, who's the person, the suspect?
Sayer Smith was my boyfriend of almost 3 years. He asked me to be his girlfriend on September 11th, 2021. He wrote me like a little note, and for some reason that day was special to him, I guess. I don't know. It was a really weird day for me because I don't know.
No, how old is he?
Right now, he's 25 years old, and at the time I was 8. At the time of that, he was 22, and I was 18, so 6 months after I was 18. But I met him May of that year, so May 2021.
Where'd you meet at?
He came to my house.
But I mean, how did you meet him to even know him?
So they're mutual friends.
Okay.
His brother went to school, engineering school, with my brother, and they had been longtime friends, and he had brought him, his brother had brought him around, and that's how I met him.
Okay.
So it was like, his brother was invited over, and then his brother Sayers was invited, like a second-hand invitation through his brother, I guess.
Okay. Does he live here in McCracken County?
Yes, he does.
Okay. Where was he living at the time? Is it the same place he's living now?
Sort of. So his parents own a lot of property in Paducah. So he lived, I think, at 1317 Jefferson, Paducah, Kentucky. But it was in this front apartment.
Say that address again.
1317 Jefferson.
Okay.
But there's 2 different apartments, well, kind of 3 at that location. So it's like a duplex in the front, which I think that this actual address is connected to that duplex in the front. And he was on the right side of it when we first started dating. But eventually there was like an apartment with an apartment up top and then a garage below. And that's where he lives now. But it's on the same property, just here's the first apartment, there's a big yard, and then his current apartment. And it's really close to the Paducah Police Department.
Okay. Alright, so start with your dating. Let's start with if you can remember the first time something happened that was against, I guess, non-consensual. Then you go slow as you need.
It was actually at his parents' house because, well, it's really hard to remember, but I know stuff happened in the car, but I can't put like a whole line of story together because it happened many times and it happened like gradually, where it's like get in the car and it's like, oh, like lay in my lap. And then, like, I'd zip his pants, like, really quick and, like, put my head down. And then he'd be driving down the road, so it's like my head had to stay down because it was like, he'd be wanting me to perform, like, oral sex on him while he was driving the car. It was just, like, a really weird situation. And before, like, our relationship, I had not done anything like that. Like, I literally hadn't even seen, like, a penis before, not even, like, on, like, a website or anything like that in person, like, nothing. And, I mean, it started, we kissed or something, and then he told me that wasn't enough for him. And that was, like, all I was comfortable with, and I'm a devout Christian. And I was like, I don't want to have sex before I'm married. I don't want to have, like, any sort of oral sex. I don't want you to see me naked. I don't want to see you naked. Any of these things, like, are against my morals, and I want to hold that. I was consistently saying that just about my life in general, being devout Christian. I helped with the Bible study and consistently relaying that to like my friends and people around me that I wanted to uphold that character and that integrity and saving myself for marriage, for my future husband, and that's really what I wanted. But whenever he said that, it broke me. Like I said, this isn't enough. You're going to at least have to like touch me or perform oral. But at that time, he didn't say that I had to have sex with him. He was just like, you have to do these things. And so he pushed me into mainly in car rides where it's like some sort of embarrassment tactic where I was like trapped in one place. And like there'd be cars passing by, or it was very weird. But the first time I remember sexual activity, like penetration, it was in the upstairs of his parents' house, and he.
Where do they live?
Near Relevant Church. It's 419, Church 419 now.
Mm-hmm.
They live in like a neighborhood by there. It was in the upstairs of their house, and they still had like a spare bedroom where he could stay, and he stayed there a lot then. And he had offered to give me a back massage because I had a really long day, and he touched my shoulders and they felt like rocks. He was like, oh, let me give you a back massage, whatever. I was like, okay. Just massage my shoulders like on top of my clothes.
How long at this point do you think you had been dating?
It was fall 2021. But I think it was either like November, December. The other stuff, like oral and making me touch him and pulling his pants down in front of me and like grabbing my hand and like making me touch him, or being in the car and him like being like, oh, just take a nap, like lay on my lap, and like I'd lay down and then he'd unzip his pants and push my head down. That started before then, but I don't know, like.
That's okay.
This was like a bigger thing, I don't know. But he offered to give me a massage. Well, I laid down on the bed, just kind of like this, face down. And then he was like, oh, take off your shirt because I'll give you a better massage, like I've got lotion, blah, blah, blah. Like it'll feel so much better, it'll be great, it'll be great. And I'm like, no, that's sexual, like I don't want to show you my body. He said, no, but if you went to like get a massage somewhere, or if you went to a massage therapist, it wouldn't be sexual at all. It would just be like someone allowing you relaxation. And so eventually, like he convinced me to take off my shirt and my bra, but I made him turn around and I got a blanket. So I took it off and I covered myself. And so when I laid back down, I went like this to not like expose my chest or anything. And then he started massaging me again, and he got like some aromatherapy lotion and probably massaged for like 10 minutes, I don't know. And then he reached down my pants, and down my underwear too, where he's touching skin on skin with my butt.
Go slow.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to control my emotions. That way, I can be direct as I can, and I don't get caught up and not able to talk. And I said, no, don't do that. That's wrong. Like I didn't agree to that. You can't touch. Like if you're gonna, I don't really want you to massage my legs in general. You said you're gonna massage my back. That's all. If you're gonna do that, like it can't be skin on skin. And he had given me massages before, so it was like a gradual desensitization to it, where he'd be like, you're so dramatic, you're whatever, like, what do you think I'm going to do to you? Do you not trust me? Do you think I'm going to do something for you? And he'd say stuff like that to me. And what am I supposed to say? Yeah, I think you're going to do something. Like, I mean, so, but anyway. He put his hands on my pants, and I told him, no, don't do that, that's wrong, that's against what I believe, and that's like violating my conscience conscience. Like right now, I'm covering myself. I don't want to be like that. I don't want any sort of lust. I don't want any sort of thing that can like push borders where it goes into something that I don't want. Well, he was like, okay. And then like 2 minutes later, he pulls down my pants to where it's like around my ankles. So it's like almost like I can't even move my legs to kick. Like he pants me and I can't move, but I still have my underwear on. And I was like, no, like don't do this. And he was like, shh, no, like shh. Because we were at his parents' house. He was like, people are gonna hear you. This is embarrassing. Like I'm just trying to give you a massage, and I'm just trying to make you relax. Like why don't you trust me? Why won't you relax? And I was like, no, because I don't want you to see me naked. I don't like no one's ever seen me naked, and I don't want that. Like I like a Bible study. Like I tell people that it's like wait and like this is stay pure and do all these things. Like I just don't understand why you want to shouldn't do this.
Are you crying at this point?
I think I started shedding a few tears, but I was mostly angry because I was like, no, this isn't me. And but he was like, shh, no, trust me, like it's relaxation. And like somehow he like calmed me down. He was like, I love you, like I just want you to be happy and like relax. Like you're just so stressed with school, like relax. Like I'm just doing this to help you. And so he like started massaging my legs again, like my calves or something, because I didn't feel like that was an appropriate place to touch. Like it won't violate. And then he would like ease like up my leg or something. And I was like, no, don't do that. And then he'd touch me, and he'd touch my butt or my upper back. He'd like, oh, doesn't that feel good? I was like, it doesn't matter if it feels good or not. It violates my conscience. It's not right. I don't remember. I do remember. Eventually, he kept lying, but it was blatant lies. It was like, I'd be like, you're touching me where you should be touching me. And he'd say, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Do you like this? You like this? It's relaxing to you? You just need to relax. And he like put lotion on his hands again. I don't know if it kind of got hazy, but I do remember.
That's normal with trauma, though.
But I do remember it happening. It just like all that happened to build up to it, and I don't remember like the moment before it happened, but I remember him laying beside me and like feeling like a rustle because he stopped.
Let me tell them I'll somebody.
Okay. He stopped massaging my back for a second, and I was kind of like relaxed at this point, like okay, like I can just like take a nap and relax. He's done massaging, he'll go do whatever, like he's gotta go do, he'll probably leave the room and let me like, take a nap or relax. Well, he didn't. He unzipped his pants, I guess, really quickly. That's what the rustle was next to me, and he pulled my underwear to the side.
How are his clothes at this point?
I think he had all his clothes on. Except like his pants were unzipped and they were like pulled down. So it's not like he took off his clothes. So it was like, I don't know, it was like he kept trying to get me to trust him and I still didn't trust him. But I did because he was like, oh no, you're paranoid. You just think you're a bad person for getting a massage or like whatever. Like I'm not gonna see you naked. Like I don't view that way. I'm not lusting after you. I'm not whatever. Like I'm just trying to make you feel good. Like I love you. I care about you. Like I just want you to feel good. But at this point, He had unzipped his pants and pulled them down. He had his shirt on and everything, I'm pretty sure. And so it wasn't like we were kissing or like anything, but he pulled my underwear to the side and stuck his fingers in, and I remember they had like lotion on them, but they weren't like lubricant. It was like real lotion. It was like aromatherapy Bath and Body Works lotion. And so it stung. And I was like, oh my god, like what are you doing? Like what are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? And my pants were around my legs still. And I think he did that and then got like on top of me.
Did he say anything? If you don't remember, it's okay.
I don't know.
It's okay. If you don't know, you don't
I'm
know.
sure he did, but I can't. Like, it was probably along the same lines of what he'd been saying before. No, I actually do remember. But it wasn't like when he stuck his finger. I think it was when he stuck his fingers in, and then when he stuck it in his penis, and he was like, no, I'm not. And so he stuck his fingers in, and I was like, oh, that's burning. And he was like, oh, you're just like, you're a virgin, like you haven't had anything. And so he's like, you're so tight. And he got on top of me and like tried to put it in, but he couldn't because like I was like this on the bed, like legs together, and like this, so my arms couldn't do anything because they were
Are
underneath.
you laying down? Okay.
Because remember at the beginning I said that I had my chest covered with a blanket, so my arms were like wrapped up in a blanket to cover myself,
Okay.
and also like stay warm because the rest of my body was naked, so I was kind of cold too. And then my pants were around my legs. I think maybe he kissed me, like my cheek or like something on the side, but it'd be really hard to kiss. So
Yeah, that's for you.
I think I don't remember if he ever kissed me. Like, I mean, I know we kissed, but not before that, like the day of, but like we had kissed or made out, but nothing like no touching.
And this is prior. We're not talking about. We'll stick on this moment.
Okay,
Like there's
sorry.
no kissing. So I don't want there to be any confusion.
Yes, he was just one. Exactly. So during this time, he sticks it in but can't get it on. It's just like the tip. And then I'm like, no. Like, no. I'm not supposed to, like, lose my virginity like this. Like, no, this is wrong. And he doesn't, it's not in for that long, I don't think. I think he, like, sticks it in and, like, tries in further, but I'm like, it's burning, like, saying a bunch of things, like, because I'm, like, hysterical, kind of. He's like, shh, my parents are, like, my sister pushed me, like, you're at my house, what are you doing? And I'm, like, crying. And
Does he get it all the way in?
I mean, the tip, but, like, not.
So what makes him stop?
I think me getting, like, hysterical and saying, like, it's burning, like.
So what happens after that?
I think he either, like, rolls off the side of me to the other side of the bed, and he's like, oh, why did we do that? Like, oh, we made a mistake. And I, like, immediately, like, go to, like, the opposite side of the room. And I, like, curl up a ball, and I, like, try to get my pants on. And, like, keep the blanket on me, because it's, like, I still don't want myself exposed. Okay. And then I go to the opposite side of the room. He stays there. He's like, I don't know why we did that. Like, we messed up. But no, that doesn't count because it's the tip. Like, it doesn't count because it's just the tip. Like, it doesn't count. You're just being dramatic because you've never had an encounter like this. Like, it doesn't count. It's the tip. And I'm like, like, it counts to me, like, I don't want this to be it, like, I don't want this to be my first time, I don't want this, like, this was supposed to be something special for, like, my husband one day, or even if I don't get married, like, that was just not gonna be something I did because I considered it a sin, and I wanted to be pure for myself and God, and like show obedience with that. And it's like it got taken away from me. Like, why was I in that room? Why didn't I?
Don't blame yourself.
It's just like, I felt so stupid. I just felt so stupid because he was lying to me the whole time he touched me, and I would say, you're touching me that way, and he would be touching me that way. He'd be touching me that way, and I know he would be, but then somehow it would just like be twisted, where I was being dramatic or over whatever. And somehow I just ended up crying and bawling. And I think I prayed even too. I was like, God, forgive me, like, God. Like, God, forgive me, please. So I'm sorry. And I felt so ashamed. And then he came over, he was like, I think he was by himself until he saw me rocking and kind of like praying and trying to think, I'm sorry, God. And then he came over and he picked me up, and I was like, no, like, don't take it in, don't touch me like that. And then he was like, no, why don't you want me to comfort you? Like, we made a mistake, it's okay. Like, we won't do it again. We won't do it again. It was a mistake. And it was just so sad. And I just felt like I had to stay too. And because it was one of those things where it's like, I'm embarrassed, like, I can't date anybody else. Because it's like, I really wanted to date someone who wanted to wait, and he wasn't a virgin before we met. He told me he had 2 previous, like, sexual partners, maybe 3. I don't know. Sometimes he would say 2, and sometimes he would say 3. But I don't know. It was really not what happened. But that's beside the point. I felt really bad because I was like, I can't imagine being with someone else now and telling them I had sex before I was married, when it's like, I want to uphold such a good life. Like, I maintained honesty, integrity. I helped lead a girls' Bible study for middle schoolers that semester. I eventually had to stop leading that because I just felt so bad about myself. I was like, I'm not a good role model if this is what's happening behind closed doors. I don't want somebody to be found out and then think God isn't sovereign, or God isn't whatever, just because of my disobedience. I just felt really bad about myself. So that was the first time, and I guess it kind of got resolved because he swaddled me in his arms and kind of rocked me back and forth.
It's not here. It's somewhere in our.
Okay.
So how did you get there that day?
I had my car.
Okay, so you drove yourself home after this? Okay. Take me to the next time. How was this multiple times? What are we talking about here?
That fall, or
just in general?
It was a lot. I'll try to give you a number. We were together 3 years, and this started in November or December of 20.
When did you break up?
May 2024.
Why did you break up?
I'm trying to pinpoint the exact reason because it was just so many things that were built up that it wasn't even one thing. It was just I couldn't even talk to my family about it without crying.
Was he physically violent with you?
In ways, but he never punched me. But if we would ride in a car and we would argue, if I would bring up something he didn't like, hey, why did you do this? Or hey, did you submit that school assignment? Or just anything controversial, anything that ticked him off, and he thought that I was nagging an argument and starting an argument. I remember a few times where he'd get in the car and start swerving all over the road, and he would be like, "Oh, this will make you calm down and realize such trivial things are important." I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's oh, your life right now is important, not all these external things that go on. He even drove off the road one time, and that was so funny, and I was pulling myself back. And then one time we were together on a snowmobile, and we were driving. I just got on. We were at my barn, and it was a snow-covered field, or a little area, and there was a ditch, and I was sitting on the back, he was sitting on the front, and it was just a short distance. There's a few trees, 3 trees and some cars, and it wasn't a huge open field. But then there's from the door to the end of that thing, a distance where you could drive the snowmobile, but then on the other side was a ditch. And he gunned it, and I was like, there's a ditch. And it's almost he purposely hit the ditch, and I ran up and flipped the thing, and I fell off and I hit the ground. I don't know how I hit the ground because I rolled, but it knocked the breath out of me. And I ended up with a bruise on one of my knees, and then a bruise on my foot. I almost kind of thought I broke my foot because it felt like something hit my foot. And I was cried after that, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, you're such a wimp. You're such a wimp." And I told him there was a ditch. I was like, "There's a ditch. Turn. Don't do it." It's almost he intentionally did that. And there's people walking up, asking me if I was okay. And he flew off. I don't think he was as close to the mobile as I was. I didn't see any injuries from him after. But when people are asking me how I was doing, he would answer for me, and he would be like, "Oh, she's just hysterical because it scared her. It scared her." So I mean,
When's the last time you talked to him?
July 18th. Wait, no. July 22nd of this year, and it wasn't purposefully. It was, can I start with July 18th?
Yeah.
So, on July 18th, for July 18th, I had scheduled an appointment at Sam's Club to get new tires because my tires were bald. And prior to this, I did not want any contact with Sayer whatsoever. He had contacted me through his mom before. He had tried contacting me through the phone, and eventually I blocked him because all the messages just got too much, and the calls. And then when he realized he got blocked, hiding behind phone numbers and spoofing phone calls. Thank God that the day that it started, I guess my phone updated, I don't know, but there was this thing on iPhones where
You'll accept calls from your contacts.
No. I just got out of the shower, I went to my room, my phone buzzed, and I picked it up to answer, and it was the last ring, and so it went to voicemail. Well, the voicemail popped up, and it started to transcribe what the person doing the voicemail was saying. And it was him, and I had already, there were so many messages, paragraphs of books of him being like, I messed up, I'm so sorry. He did a bunch of stuff. He went to some festivals after we broke up. He did it while we were in the relationship, but he'd break up with me, beforehand. Apparently he was on drugs, and he admitted in his text messages, and the text message or whatever message, that he got his friend to text me. He was on K-drug, which is ketamine, I think. But he's like, I'm so sorry, please talk to me, I'll do whatever it takes to get back with you. You're the driving force of my life. And so I was like, oh, don't answer any spam calls, from now on. So I set my phone down, and I was like, okay, just one. That day, I got over 20 calls from random numbers. And I had...
Did you change your number?
No, but I got a new phone, for a little while. But, I just had so much going on. I couldn't change my number because I had so many contacts that, and I was right around the corner from competing for Miss Volunteer America. There was just so much connected to my phone number.
That's what I was just asking.
Yeah, I kind of wish I would have, but I don't know. It would be too much. I eventually just thought he'd give up. But I thought that one, I blocked his number too. Well, that day I had a meeting in Union City, so I drove to Union City, and I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, so only my favorite contacts could get a hold of me, and which was fine. So just family members, my best friend, whatever. I went to my best friend's house that night, or that evening, and whenever I'm sorry, I'm telling a story that had the phone call thing right now. This happened on June 7th, I believe.
You memorize dates pretty well.
I got it.
Oh.
I was really, really scared about coming here. So I was trying to document stuff for a while.
Well, just tell me how your last communication went.
It was really bad.
Okay.
He called me on July 21st. At 10:30. And this is after he found me at Sam's. He tracked me down. He knew I was going to be there. He knew I was going to be there. And the day after, I told my parents, I said, you got to tell him to stop. You got to tell him to stop contacting me. And so my dad texted him and told him to not contact me anymore. Which took a lot for me to say that, because I was just like, no, I don't want it. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for him. It's embarrassing. Oh my goodness. But he texted him on July 19th, and on the 22nd at 10-something p.m. I got a spam phone call, but I don't know what was wrong with me. I was sitting at my desk doing something, and I picked up my phone and answered it. And I was like, hello? And it was a muffled thing. And then I heard screaming worse than I've ever heard. It was bitch, what the fuck, why would you do that? Give me my shit back, give me back my DJI camera, I'm gonna leak all your shit, I'm gonna leak photos of you, I've got photos of us fucking, I've got photos of you naked, I've got photos of you, I've got so many photos of you.
Does he?
I don't think so, because if he did, was a virgin, like, I wanted to stay pure, and it seemed like every few months, it would be like a new resolution, like, we're not gonna do anything ever again, like, we're not gonna do anything ever again. It was always broken, and he'd always do something, touch me, or hurt me, and it'd either be like, you dressed the wrong way today, like, what do you expect? Or they would just look, you did your makeup today, you like, what do you expect? You wore perfume or lotion that smelled too good, like you smelled like vanilla, and like that smells like a dessert. Like he said all these things to me about like why it happened. And, like even if I'd be like, no, like I don't, no, please, no. But I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay, I want to get back. I don't want to tell this story.
No, you're right. Let me take you.
No, wait, I want to get back to the phone call.
Okay. So he's yelling at you profanities. Okay. You don't have to go through the profanities.
But, okay, he was just like the F word, the B word. Wanting this camera he gave me back. It was a DJI camera, and we hooked up like many times over the course of our relationship in 2024, like from around a little bit before Thanksgiving, in 2023 to May 2024. We probably broke up like 6 to 8 times, or maybe more. I don't remember, but somewhere in that range, over 5 times. And many times I'd ask him about the camera, and he said, oh, I want you to vlog, like your dream is to make YouTube videos and vlog and like document your life. I bought this as a gift for you. And so when that relationship ended, that was mine. Like I was fully convinced. He had sent me text messages in June about it, or June or July, maybe both. I don't know. There's screenshots of stuff like that, and we can.
The camera's civil. I don't care about the camera.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
but I also don't want to waste your time. I want to use this time effectively. Take me to the first time that his penis penetrated you. Where were you at? Like, walk me through that.
I told you about that.
You said the tip. Well, take me to the next one. It fully went in. I mean, that counts. That is a sexual assault. But take me to like the next time.
I think a few months after that.
Here's the thing, because we don't have to go through everything, but at least we need to hit the highlights, because each time is a count, and different things are a count, okay?
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
No, honey, you're fine. I know this is traumatic.
I tried really hard to remember.
It is normal for you not to want to remember.
Yes, but I wanted to do this one time, and I don't want to have to ever do it again.
What about if you had to do it on stand?
I know another time. Jokes won't buy them. They're in the beginning of a relationship. Like, I would freak out. First, like the God thing. Like, being a devout Christian, like, is that not enough for you? Like, please just maintain it, because, like, it's my obligation to God. Like, please. Like, I just wanted it so bad. Wanted Savior. And even if it happened one time, it's like, never again, please. I know it happened many times after that I can't remember. Or it's all just such a similar story to other times that they
just kind of like where he would manipulate you and wear you down and then just do it without your permission.
Yeah. Like that thing, like what happened in the bedroom that day. that kind of thing happened a few times, I think, because I mean, I kept my legs tight. It wasn't like he could really get in, because I was like, just like, if I could just be a straight line, I just wanted to be a straight line, that way it's just like all together. But for a while, I remember saying, I'm not on birth control, I don't want to be on birth control, I can't be on birth control, and he never did anything with any sort of protection or so like anything like that. But my period was a big thing. I remember going to his room, and it was kind of probably the same situation where I was like in his room and he tried to give me a massage or something. And then I was like, oh, you don't take off my underwear. You can't take them off. Like, I'm on my period. Blood will get everywhere. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you can't do anything. I'm on my period. That's so gross. And it wasn't gross to him. It wasn't gross.
Were you wearing a tampon or a pad?
A pad. I didn't wear tampons. Like, I don't even wear tampons because I don't want to do that. My flow's not, like, super heavy, but I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable. I don't know. That's really weird. I kind of hate it.
It's not weird.
I just don't like tampons. I just really use, but I don't use pads. But I remember I remember him. I said that, and he was like, okay. We continued massaging, and you're like, yeah, we can't do anything because of the blood. And he did the same thing again where he pulled my underwear to the side, and then he actually did stick in them because, and he was like, oh, see, it's like you're wet. But it was blood. It wasn't like, what? He was like, see, it's kind of like you want to be his, it's wet. And he did that. He did that a lot. Especially in the first years, and you're like, you can't even get pregnant. Like, you see, it's like you can't get pregnant because you're on your period. It's like, alright, like, what? And it's like I'm giving you an internal massage, like you're cramping or whatever from being on your period. It's like a massage, like an internal massage.
Did he ejaculate?
Inside me.
Did he ever?
Yeah. Yeah, he would like pull it out and then do it like on me. I think like a lot of times. He'd like flip me around, and like try to do it on my stomach, on my face. I remember a lot of times like him trying to want him to like ejaculate in my mouth and like me swallow it. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't like it. I didn't like doing it at all anyway. And he was like, oh, my ex-girlfriends, like, they used to really like this. They would like beg for me, and they love the taste of me. There's like something wrong with you. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you because you don't like the taste. You don't like the taste. But that's okay. Like, I love you anyway. It's just something weird about you. Like, I love you anyway. I remember him saying stuff about my feet too, where he'd be like, your feet are shaped weird, or I had like a foot wart. And he was like, you know, if you're dating someone with a foot fetish, they would not like you. Like, you would be really weird. But he's like, but I won't hold that like against you. Like, I love you anyway. I'm trying to make your feet are weird. Like, just weird things. But I was insecure about my feet. I had to go to the doctor because they're gonna like freeze them. I don't know. They're like plantar sports or something. I don't know.
Was it typically always you face down and him behind you, or was there other like situations?
Not typically face down. Like, I think for like a long time, like for like the first year, it was just want to cuddle, can we cuddle? And like lay down, and we'd cuddle, and lay down, and then he pulls his pants down, and then pull my pants down, and then stick it into, he did that a lot, where we'd like, I remember doing it around people too, and then it was like, oh my god, like what the fuck?
What do you mean by around people?
Like we would be in in a living room, and people would be in the kitchen, and there'd be like a blanket over us on the couch, and we'd like, I guess be spooning, and I don't know, he'd just be really discreet, and then like, pull my pants down, pull his pants down, and like stick it in, and then he would be like, act like it's like this secretive little like thing, I don't know, it was like so wild and perverted to me.
Who all have you told?
Well, I told, whenever the relationship ended, I didn't have any, like, I didn't tell anybody about the sexual stuff, like.
So during all that, nobody knew?
I was so embarrassed, like, I didn't want to tell anybody. But in May, when I broke up with him, I told my sister-in-law and my brother, because I didn't want it. I just wanted somebody to tell, but it wasn't like I'm trying to get you to do something or trying to make you hate him. Like I don't know.
Have you been in any counseling?
I've been trying to start going to counseling with my school, Marie State. I just got a counselor yesterday, like assigned to me, and then I went to the domestic violence shelter, Metropolis. I went somewhere else, Lotus. I mean, I think those are the three places. But I told my brother and my sister, and I told my friends about everything. Not everything, but a little bit. Because it's just like, how do you even bring that up? And it's not like I want people to feel sorry for me. I don't know. Like, I just want justice.
Will you let me have a copy of your notes?
Yes.
I mean, I'll go copy them off. So.
That is another thing. Yeah, a lot of this stuff. I had to make notes because I didn't think I would remember. Do you want the phone records of the Daisy spoof calling me? But that's not.
Do you have any messages anywhere where he's admitted to doing this without your consent, like any sexual without your consent?
He said that he wanted to make it work with me because he made me impure. That's
Made you a what?
impure.
Okay then.
I mean, he never text about this, and I wouldn't either. I remember one time even getting pulled over. We went to a gas station, and we were driving somewhere one night, and I was like hysterically crying because I thought I was pregnant, and I was just like this is so wrong. Like, this is so wrong. Just everything. Like, I'm just so disappointed in myself and like the situation, like everything, but like just devastated. Because it's just like how did this turn out the way it did? And we're driving down the road, and for some reason he saw a cop, and he was like, "Stop acting the way you were acting, like stop acting hysterical, those cops are gonna pull us over, they're gonna pull us over." I was just sitting in the car like crying, I don't remember what I was doing, but he pulled over. And I was like, "Why'd you pull over?" He's like, they're gonna pull me over, and I've been drinking, and I'm gonna go to jail or something, it's none of your fault. And I was like, "You've been drinking? What do you mean? Like, I didn't see you drinking." He's like, "Well, I did it when you weren't looking, or earlier in the day or whatever. I don't know if I would blow past like the limit or whatever." And I was like, why would you drink and drive with me in the car like that? Why? And he was like, doesn't matter, we're just gonna stay here, and whenever we leave, you've gotta be the one driving. You've gotta drive my car. And he made me switch seats with me. He was like, now you can't, this isn't gonna, you let me do the talking to the cop and get pulled over because, like, I'm not going to go to jail over you or something like that.
Okay, so let me ask you this. These are hard cases, okay? I have to pinpoint okay, on this date or roughly this time period, this address, because I have to establish jurisdiction, so it has to be inside McCracken County, okay? I have to at least, you're pretty good with dates, narrow things down, like on this date or this time frame and this, and each.
It was like winter time, I think.
But each different time, that's not relevant what you're telling me, the story about the driving. Different things so that I can attach a charge, okay? Now with that said, even though I believe you, I don't feel like you're being deceitful in any way, I can't just go charge him. I have to go and attempt to talk to him. What is he going to say to me?
About what?
About any of this that you've told me.
He's gonna say, what? I think, what? No, it happened. She's just embarrassed that it happened and she wanted it. She's just embarrassed and she's embarrassed to say she wanted it.
So he's going to twist it around that it was consensual, but that you're lying now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, the first, year of my relationship is, I started to, throw up every week. Probably in, November, every week there was something from, emotional stress, because it wasn't just, the sexual stuff. It was, his school stuff. I felt responsible,
Is this your first boyfriend?
I had a boyfriend before that in school, but for, 6 months, and it wasn't, this is really my first, serious relationship. But you always hold that against me, and you'd be like, oh, you can't really have a relationship, you don't know anything about anything. If you had been in a relationship, you'd realize this is how it is. People make mistakes, this is how it is. We make mistakes, that's how it is. And I was like, well, with my other boyfriend, I didn't do anything, And then he was like, well, you didn't really like him, did you? You like... So...
Let me, with that said, would you be willing to call him and us record it and attempt to get him to admit to anything? Do you think he would admit to anything?
Say it.
Mm-hmm. Anything, let's just go the very first time.
No.
He won't?
He's convinced. It's okay if I sit down now? I'm just sitting on myself. Sorry.
You get comfortable.
No, I don't think so. So the plot is so thick with this, and I'm so sorry I jumped all around. That's the reason I feel like I have to be so good with dates, because it's just it wasn't my family got involved. Like I said, my brother, I told him everything that happened, over the course of time, what he did to me sexually. I told my brother and his wife, they both kind of sat down with me, and I told them what he did. And
what's your brother's name?
Hudson Piercy. And so, whenever, I feel like I haven't told you the whole story, your picture is not yet full, because I'm jumping around so much and I'm not articulating it correctly, because the meaning of what you would be investigating or what we have proven is probably within the dates leading up from May to July 18th and July 21st/22nd.
Of this year? Which would be the harassment and all that?
The harassing and stalking, the touching, because even that day at Sam's, he made advances on me. He he tried to kiss me a few times, and like I turned my head, and then eventually one time when we were talking, he kissed me, and he was grabbing my legs and touching my crotch.
The kissing would be misdemeanor harassment with physical contact.
But
I'm looking at felonies. The rape, sexual, not the calling you. That,
I've been using
yes, it is important, but what we're here about is the sexual assaults, not the calling and harassing.
not the threats of rape.
Well, you were in Illinois too when that happened. I have no jurisdiction. I mean, I'd have to prove where he was, and I can't prove where he was because the time lapse.
I was in Kentucky the 22nd when he made the same threats, and he was on the phone with my friend.
Hope, I want you to focus. That's pebbles. I'm looking at boulders. You're focusing on pebbles. Okay? I want to look at the big things. He violated you. He took something from you he didn't have a right to take. That's what I'm looking at. I think it's easier for you to look at the pebbles.
Because it's like, I have proof. I have proof. And it's like, that's going to be twisted. He's going to be like, oh, she's just embarrassed. Like,
And even that, at a misdemeanor, him harassing you, we're looking at September now. You see the big gap?
yeah. And he did view like social media profiles of like 5 days ago, 4 days ago. So it's not. But he's in a court case against my brothers.
For what?
Because I told my brother.
What county?
McCracken.
Okay. You told your brother what?
On the 22nd, after he called me again and tried to get me to get back together with him, and then my best friend saw me, and he called her, and he was like, "You're keeping her away from me. I'm gonna leak this. Why we should be together? Like me and Hope should be together." They went over to his house to my brother Hudson and my brother Riley went over to his house to drop off all the belongings that they had of his, and to get the photos from him, to get him to like delete the photos and videos or whatever he threatened me with, because he knew.
To your knowledge, he doesn't have any though. Have you ever sent him a nude image?
He said that he was gonna make deep fakes of me, but he threatened. And I was over at his house. He said he put photos in he put cameras in his ceiling, like hidden cameras around his house.
How do you spell his first name?
Sayer, Sayer. He's got charges against him too from like 2018 and 2020. So it's like anything I get, like he hates cops, he hates government workers. So it's like, I couldn't come to the police or like just even do harassment things because it'd make it worse, like a restraining order. At least when all this first started happening, I reported harassment. It felt like it.
You said you have something with the brothers. I'm not seeing anything.
They're from Rockport, Illinois.
But you said it was from McCracken case? Is your brother in trouble or is...
No, my brother's in trouble.
Okay.
Because they went to his house and they dropped off his belongings, and then he said that he hadn't talked to me since May. He didn't have any photos, that I was in love with him, and I was like, I don't know what they told him, but they beat him up. They got in a fight, and that's what the charges say, that he got beat up. And it's felony.
What's your brother's first name?
Hudson, I guess Hudson.
The one that's in trouble?
Well, both of them were. They both went to his house.
How do you spell Hudson?
Hudson. And that's Piercy, and then Riley, Piercy, Riley. just like have so much regret about everything. I'm sorry.
Alright, I'm just looking at these charges. Did your mom come up here when were they both arrested? I do remember them coming in because they did not look like our typical, and I was like, what is that all about? They were in suits. Okay, alright. So what's your other brother's name?
Riley.
Spell it.
Riley. Or wait, no, it's Timothy. Timothy Riley. I'm sorry, he goes by Riley, but his middle name.
If you don't think calling him will work, the only other thing I can do is interview him.
Do you think calling him would work?
I don't know. You know him.
I don't know. I feel like if I saw him in public, yeah, but no, not calling him.
Well, I don't want you to see him in public.
I don't want to be scared either. I'm so scared. But like he got.
Go ahead.
I just feel so like helpless, but like I just feel so bad. Like I haven't gone anywhere in forever. Like alone, like if I leave my house and I'm going somewhere like classes and my parents can't go with me, then it's like I text my friend from class or I have an agreement with her like, hey, will you meet
So
me?
you're at Murray State?
I'm at Murray State Paducah, and he knows that. And it's like he could show up.
I thought about transferring somewhere else.
I'm just so close. I really love the people I'm with. I have to be teaching next semester. Like, I'm so close to finishing. I don't want to mess up my
Is this your last semester?
This is my last semester of classes, and then student teaching next semester. So.
Is there anything else that you want to tell me about the case before I stop this?
He knows he raped me.
I know he knows,
He knows.
but I've got to be able to prove it.
I've got 2 other times that it happened that I can remember.
Okay, if you want to go through them.
Yeah. And I think I have dates. I have 1 date, and it's the only solid date. Because he shaved his head on this day. I'm so weird.
Where were you at?
I was at his apartment
On Jefferson?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the date was November 19th, I think. Just, I guess we can say.
23?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
What happened was we went over to his apartment, and I don't know, he just said something to me, and I don't know, I kind of felt like unloved, or like I think he compared me to somebody. And I was like, oh, I wish I was loved. I kind of remember feeling like that, or whatever. He went to like make food in this little like kitchen area. I went and laid down in the bed because I was just tired. I was tired a lot, but I just kind of wanted to rest. And then he came in. And he was like, "Oh, you're in my bed or whatever." Like, trying to like touch me, and I was just like, okay, like, okay. And I remember getting on top of them and being like having sex, like, but I was like on top. something happened. Like it flipped, like
You were on top having sex?
I was,
Okay.
and at this point it was like, okay, like I wasn't, I guess at that point it was like consensual. It wasn't, I mean, I felt bad, and that's kind of like why I did it, but it was consensual.
Okay.
And then it like turned, like, because anytime like I would do stuff with him, it was normally like that because I felt like I had some sort of like, that's the only way I could like really do anything without like throwing up. Like a lot of the time I would throw up. And it just became normal. Like he would joke about me throwing up and like something being wrong with me and crying, and like he'd just be like, it's okay, I still love you even though you throw up every time or you cry every time. Like I guess it's just how you are. Like, you just feel so guilty or whatever. It's like, why? But anyway, this time it flipped where he like pushed me off of him, and then he got on top of me from the back. And I was like mentally like, okay, like I want to be okay. And then I just started crying, and I was like, no, it hurts. Like, it hurts because it hurt. Because I don't know why it hurt, but it just did.
Was this penis and vagina?
Uh-huh. And like we switched positions where like he was on top of me, but I was in my face, I guess. I don't know. But like I remember him trying like something new, like grabbing me. Like here. I don't know.
Could you breathe?
I don't know. I don't know. I remember freaking out because I was like, no, I don't want to try anything like that. I don't want to try anything like that. I guess it's some people have kinks like that. I freaked out because I did start breathing really heavy, but I just don't know if it was like paranoia or like what. But also like whenever I was face down, my face was like in pillows, and I just felt like I can't do anything. It was just like, I was like, I can't do it. Please, no, please.
Did he stop?
Eventually, I don't. Yeah, I think he did, but he didn't come. And I ran. Like I didn't stop. I ran into that living room. And his layout was this apartment. As you come in the front door. You come in the front door, and then that's just like a little kitchen because it's just a studio apartment kind of thing, and then it's his living room, it's all open, and then there's like a leather couch, and then a black futon couch that like makes into a bed. I ran over to it, I was just like in a position and crying, and just I threw up too. I think I threw up in the toilet. I threw up in the toilet. I remained like, that was like my home base. I was there for a long time, just crying. And it was like, I think after kind of like the switching of positions where it was like I was on top and then he was behind me, and then I like freaked out, like I can't handle it. No, please. Because it sounded like someone being tortured because I freaked out so much. And I tried to like switch it to something enjoyable. I don't know. And he came into the room. I threw up and I was crying, and I've been crying for, it's just like this, and I don't know if I was just crying and talking to myself or crying and praying. I don't remember. I was saying something, but I don't know what. And he came in and he like stood up by this fireplace thing he had. It was like a electric fireplace in front of the bathroom door almost. I don't remember if there was any like icebreaker before this sentence, but I remember this sentence like clear. I remember him asking me, "Do you think I raped you back then? Do you think I raped you?" And I just, like, if I was like crying before, I was like a puddle at that. Like I couldn't talk. Like I couldn't, because I was just so sad. And I was thinking, but I didn't want it. I didn't want what happened. I didn't want the first time. I didn't want any of these times. It's like all these times happened when you were behind me. It's like, how could I enjoy that? I don't know. Like, I don't know. But he asked me that, and I couldn't answer because I was just like that. I like spiraled. I couldn't breathe. I was crying, and by the time I could talk, I remember saying, "I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted you to love me. Why couldn't you love me? If you never loved me, if you would love me, you wouldn't have treated me like this. You wouldn't have done those things to me. You would have protected me. You would have protected my purity. You would have protected me. You would have protected me." And he grabbed his face like this, and he like looked, and he was like pulling his hair like he was gonna like rip it out of his head or something. And he's like, "We're never doing this again. We're never doing this again. We're never doing this again." I was just like almost paralyzed in that spot where I was like, this isn't real. This isn't real. I don't want to date someone who raped me, but I can't be with someone. I can't be with someone else and tell them what happened. I don't want anybody to know what happened. I wish this never happened, because it's not like I could be with anybody and not tell them, because it's like I have to tell them the truth. I can't lie. But it's like I can't stay here. But it's like you have to, because if you don't, then it's like you're just gonna be alone. You're just gonna be alone. It is already like, it just felt so sad. And I was just crying and crying. And he went to the bathroom and closed the door. And I heard like a noise from there, like a few minutes after, just like, I guess I was like this, and then I like kind of laid down and just tried to comfort myself and maybe like go to sleep or something, because I couldn't do anything. I was like emotionally exhausted. And I go in the other room, like eventually like I hear zzz, zzz. Like he opens the door, he's like, I want you to shave my head. And he had like this long hair, and I was like, no, I'm not, it's weird, I don't want your hair shaved. And he like shaved his head, like down the middle, like right. He's like, you're not gonna find me attractive anymore. You're not gonna seduce me if I have my head shaved. I was like, and he was like, I'm just starting over. I'm shaving my head. I'm starting over. And like, he was like, I want you to shave my head. I was like, I'm not shaving your head. That's weird. Like, that's weird. And like, what if I hurt you? Like, what? I don't know how to shave off hair. So weird. That's how I remember the day, because he shaved his head. And but I never said that he didn't. I never said that he did. But I couldn't, how could you say someone like that you're in a relationship like you did that to me? And
Alright,
I
I'm
love
gonna
you.
go ahead and stop. Okay.
Sorry.
No?